and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of Today's Youth. And today we will be joined by an adventurer. He has a special passion for mountaineering and sports. Thank you very much for joining us. Ahmed Fathi, you're a graduate of architecture engineering. Tell me more about your passion for sports.
Actually, thanks for having me today. It's my pleasure to be here. It all started when I was trying to find my passion. I was trying everything. I mean, I wanted to find the thing that I feel happy doing it. I can put all my efforts in it. And I was trying everything, like playing football, playing music and everything. But I had a chance in 2015 to travel to Malaysia and Indonesia. For a volunteering project to teach children. And actually there I had the chance to experience hiking with a Canadian guy. And it was a really new experience for me, but I found myself, when I came back after like 1 month, I found that I have to search for this, and I want to do this in Egypt. And after some search, I found the groups that doing this. And once I succeeded to attend the trip, I just bought my stuff, and it was really, that like it's not very professional or something. I mean, for beginners, and I just got them and went to the trip. And in that trip, I really enjoyed the place and everything. It was in Fayoum, and I met a lot of guys that are doing a lot of things, and they are in Egypt. Maybe you won't hear about them, but we have a lot of people that are doing this, and with a lot of passion.
Yes, Ahmed, before delving more into your passion for sports and mountaineering, I would like you to tell me more about your academic studies. You studied architecture engineering, and then you made a career shift. You're working in supply chain. Tell me more about this.
Yes, actually, it's one of the things that, when I talk with the people around me, they feel like, okay, because it's not popular in Egypt to shift that way. If you are an engineer, you don't need to shift in Egypt, but it is how it is. Actually, I have a big passion to architecture, and I'm fully confident that I have studied the thing that I had to study.
So you loved what you've studied, but you don't want to work in this field. You moved to supply chain.
Yes, because architecture engineering built my character in a way that I would never.
It's the mindset of the engineering that you're working with.
Yes, and actually I loved it so much. But after I finished, when I started to work in engineering, the lifestyle of engineers in Egypt, maybe I cannot.
Doesn't suit you.
Yeah, it doesn't suit me because.
You need more time for sports and adventure.
Because sport is part of my life, and even the people around me will motivate me for this. I mean. The colleagues of me and so on, maybe it wasn't the case with me to have these people around me doing the same what I'm doing. But when I had the chance to try something different, I took the risk, and I started small in another field. And with the time, I wouldn't expect that I will be one day working in supply chain with what I'm doing now. I'm working in the sports field.
Yeah.
For supply chain in mountain sports. So
okay. So it's related also. It's a mixture between the supply chain and your passion for sports. You're working in the same field.
And there is no doubt that engineering affect my work field now, because the mindset is really different to be more efficient and do more in everything.
Yes. Since you were young, Ahmed, you had a passion for sports and adventure. Tell me more about this passion and when did it start?
Maybe I was so young, 12, something like this. I started to, from the beginning, I was looking for something that I need to do. I need to do this to feel better each day, each time I'm doing this. So I tried a lot of things. As I told you that I tried to play football, to do a lot of things. But one day I remember that my family told me that why not to try parachuting. And it was really weird for me to, I don't know anyone doing this, so am I going to do this?
And you did it?
Yes, I started, and it was tough for me because the fitness trainings was quite tough for me at that time because I wasn't do a lot of, I wasn't fit. So, but with the time, it changed my personality too because there was a challenge and there was a different way to do a lot of things because you are unique, you are doing something that no one is doing in your community.
Yes.
So with the time, I find myself doing this, and actually it was part of my passion doing the adventure sports. I mean, maybe my first passion is mountaineering and mountain sports, but adventure sports also affects me with the time.
Positively.
Positively.
Right. Tell me more about your experience with parachuting.
Yes. It started when I was 13, I think so. The first time I jumped, it was 2010.
Yes.
Then it was static jumps. In Egypt, we have static jumps, but worldwide we have static jumps and skydiving.
Yes.
Recently in Egypt, we started to have skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yeah, which is more advanced than...
would you tell our viewers the difference between the static and the skydiving?
Yes, the static jumps is a basic jump that it's open automatically. The parachute is open automatically. You just hang the line inside.
And go down.
Yeah, and you go down. But the skydiving is how you see people, doing this and
moving,
moving,
doing
and, falling.
several movements in the air.
Yes, and spend like time falling. Then you open when you want to open. But for sure, we have a lot of aspects to do this. That's it. And after sometimes I felt like I want to go more. I want to go in the higher level. I had the chance to travel and do it outside Egypt to have the course. Yes, it was in Spain. I succeeded to do like 20 jumps in that course, and after that course, then it was really a big move. At that time, I started already to do my mountaineering passion. So at the same trip, I have been to France to attempt Mont Blanc.
Yes.
It's very famous, Mont Blanc.
Yes, of course. Mont Blanc is one of the most famous.
Yes, and it's one of the most famous and the highest in Alps.
In the Alps, yes.
That's it. So it was a really fruitful trip, and actually there was a lot before this one, and with each time I'm doing something like this, I felt like I'm growing in a different way than everyone around me. So it really built my character, and that's what I see.
Yes. So before leaving parachuting and moving to mountaineering, I would like you to tell us how far do you think parachuting is dangerous or safe? To what extent?
Yeah, I get you. Because that's the view from outside, but you may see the people doing this crazy. They don't care about their lives and so on. But actually, there is a lot of safety
measures.
Yeah, measures for this. And yes, it's more dangerous than walking the street. But you can have the same risk walking the street if you don't. If the situation is dangerous. I mean, there is a lot of safety measures
taken.
For this. Yes, but it needs the mindset. I believe that it needs the mindset. It don't need you to feel the safety of it, because there is a lot of safety measures that will keep you safe. But it needs your mindset to believe that you will be safe doing the steps normally.
It needs a lot of training, of course,
yes,
before you start the first time.
Yes, but don't measure it on the people that do extreme things. I mean, the people that jump from the base jump, I mean, they jump from the mountain, from the base, not from the plane, because it's really different and it needs a lot of experience. I mean, like after 200 jumps, you can do this, not before 200 jumps. And even you cannot hold the camera before 100 jump and so on. So it's a lot of things, but for sure it's more risky, but there is a lot of safety measures.
Moving on to mountaineering, which is your main hobby, your main passion. Tell me more about your experience with mountaineering and when did it start and how did you move along?
Actually, it's the passion, my first passion, and what's really, where do I feel home, you know? It started like I told you that when I back to Egypt, I found that some people are doing this, and I start to buy my equipments. And at one day, at 2016, I decided to go to Sinai and attempt my first mountain, which is a very famous Mount Sinai, Mount Musa. And I did it with a friend of me, with a guide, a local guide, and we could do this at night. Normally, we do this at night in Sinai. So I felt so, you know, that inspired when I have done this. Some people can go there and say that no, it's only a one-time experience. I cannot do this anymore. But I found myself there. So I found that I thought that I have to continue in this and go more and more. I start to climb more mountains in Egypt, and then I found myself I need to go bigger as normal.
You went to Toubkal in Morocco, Elbrus in Russia, and Mont Blanc in France.
Yes, this is the highest one.
These were the three main places you went outside Egypt.
Yes. Yeah, but there's some mountains around them. I have been there also, but there are the highest. So Mont Blanc is 4,800, and Elbrus is 5,640, and Toubkal is 4,200.
Right. You also have a passion for bicycles, biking.
Yes.
Tell me more about this passion, and you went also places outside Egypt by bicycle.
Yes.
And you told me about a very special trip from Russia to Egypt. You came from Russia to Egypt by bicycle?
Yes, it was the same trip of Elbrus. Actually, it all started with Elbrus, but I had a lot of difficulties having the visa.
Yes.
So I said that I'm going to spend all the time there. So why not to do something different? And at that time, I started to do bike touring. It's not cycling. I mean, maybe people see that with this passion to be on the bike, that you need to, that I love cycling, or I do cycling gradually, but it's not the case. Actually, bicycle is my way to do this. I need to spend, I wanted to spend a long time doing something. I call it quality time, by the way. I can find myself doing this, traveling for days. I had a chance to go from Moscow to Sinai with this, moving through 5 countries and climbing Elbrus at the middle of the trip. So it started here in Egypt with the same group, guys from the same group I met in the first trip that I have done in Fayoum. I met some guys who were traveling with bicycles. And I asked them to join them, and they were really nice to have me with them. And I found myself doing a 3-day trip to Sanur Cave. I don't know if everyone knew it, but it's near Bani Suef. So it took us 3 days, and it was really, really special trip for me. And I found myself doing this. Actually, it's not the thing that I'm doing gradually, but from time to time I have to do this. I feel like I need to do this. So yes, it started that way, and it continued to travel from Russia to Egypt. But I travel also around
what did it add to you on the personal level, the expedition of 55 days traveling from Moscow in Russia to Sinai in Egypt?
Yeah, I really came a different person after it. Because before it, I was really different. Maybe when you spend this period with yourself, each day...
On a bicycle?
Yeah, on a bicycle. Each day you open your tent and you cycle for 10 hours on average. I mean, 9-10 hours on average. And you cross roads and you cross different weathers and so on. So you find that something changed. Something changed. You need to... by the way, it's not that hardest trip. I mean, physically, I wasn't on a top level. But with the time, you get used to it physically, but the mindset is the most important. I mean, each day to wake up and to decide that I'm going to cycle this distance, it's really, really tough to do it each day for 55 days. That's what I gained from. I mean, to believe that I'm going to arrive and accomplish this. It was really a life-change experience because you know, that you can imagine that each minute how do you think? I mean, simply I can stop and take any car to any place that I'm going to travel back with any other transportation. But to believe that each minute that you're going to arrive after 55 days, by the way, we planned this before we start. I mean, maybe the plans change internally, but you know that you will take 2 months to arrive to Egypt.
What are the most important items that you take with you on such a long trip by bicycle? I mean, besides some food items and water and maybe a tent or something, what else? What are the most important items that you take with you?
Actually, it depends on each one, but normally you also have some maintenance equipment to fix the bicycle if something happened. But we took the tent and the camping stuff, I mean the sleeping bag, and some clothes. And also you have your personal tools. I mean, some knife and some food tools and so on. Recently, after this trip, I put a stove, something that you can make fire with. Yeah, a lot of tools. Like my bags were. At the same time, I had the mountain stuff because I had to climb the mountain at the middle of the trip. So my bags was really heavy.
Yeah.
With like 30 or 40 kilograms.
Great. Well, you also have a passion for traveling and you visited several countries. Tell me, which were the most interesting countries that you visited?
Actually, I'm lucky to have these experiences because I never expect that I could do this, but I had the chance to do it and I'm thankful for this. I've been through a lot of places and I have memories in a lot of places with really nice people that really, some of them changed my life. I mean, affects me with a lot of lessons and life lessons actually. But when we came to the best country or the most close to my heart country, I think Morocco.
You
I
loved
love the
Morocco?
place. Yeah, I love the place because I felt like I'm in home, and the country is really, really nice. Different nature types and different. The people are really, really kind, and you know that I spent 30 days in Morocco. I slept in hotels for 2 or 3 days.
What about the rest?
The rest was, you know, that was friends that tell another friend in another city that my friend is coming and so on. And all of them, I know them through the trip. I didn't know someone before, you know, so they were really nice. Some of them came to Egypt after, and yes,
They visited
I love
you
Morocco.
here. Right. Which cities did you visit in Morocco?
Yeah, like a lot. I mean, Casa, Marrakesh. There is a place in the far south called Mohammed Al Ghazlan. And in the north, there are really nice places like Ifran, Titwan, Tanja. Yeah, but Rabat is amazing also. A lot of places there. Agadir, where you can surf, surf on the, you know, waves.
Throughout your trip, biking trip, do you meet people and they join you for a while, for example, in the biking?
Yes. Actually, I had it 2 times. I mean, without any plans, I met people. But the most remarkable one was in the border between Russia and Georgia. There was a guy from Poland. I remember him very well. And we spent like 3 days together. And he had the stove that I told you about. It was a multi-fuel stove. And he was really passionate, and he was really inspiring with the way he lived and think about everything. He was really well educated and knowledgeable. At the same time, he used to work like 8 months and travel for like 4 months on bicycle. At that time, he was like 4 months on his bicycle. And we spent like 3 days talking about everything in life, and it was really, really nice experience with them.
Great.